Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesome Calls Trading Live Recap Webinar. Well, what can I say? Oh my God. Just under $1,600 today, about $1,600 today. I did lose on my benefit overnight short, but boy, oh, did we have fun. Made a little bit of money on a BO thanks to my mod, Raphael, who called an upside halt. And I went live in the room, put 1,000 shares in, nailed it, and that was a beauty. Sold right into the pop where everyone was buying. I was selling, and I played ABMD. I played W. I played Cree. I think there was one more that I did. I had uh, so much fun. I have to tell you, I had so much fun. And not everyone can be green. But what I try to do every day is give enough range on stocks. Oh, and I made money on W. Yeah, W was one of my fun ones. I chased it, but I got it. It was so much fun. Um, earnings just gives us so many opportunities. We're a type of chat room that plays everything. Especially when earnings delivers over, 100, 150 points worth of trading. We're going to go seize on that. Today, ABMD delivered 60 points just by itself. You know, um, we trade everything. It could be a penny stock like a BO today to mid cap, small cap, like Cree and Tesla. Oh, Tesla. I forgot about Tesla. I forgot about Tesla. Wait till you see what we accomplished today as a group. Um, it was phenomenal. And what made it fun was just we kind of all knew how these stocks would react before they even opened. And And I want to share with you, when you're in here every day, my job is to teach you. It's an education, every day. I don't want you to take a trade blindly. I don't want that. If you're new to the room, set up a paper trade account for a week or two, get adjusted to what we do and how we do, how we talk, how we get things moving, get acquainted with the room and yourself. Then, as you start to dive in, start to listen to the recaps, listen to the webinars, make notes, study. I'm a constant teacher when I'm on the mic. That's all I want to do. Anything out of my mouth, I want to teach something to someone. If we're in the middle of trading and somebody asks a question, I will stop. My job is to gain your respect every day, but to teach you. Because the minute you lay down your $6 a day, your 197, you become my boss. You might look at me and call me the boss, and I'm grateful for that, respected for that, but you're my boss. You can fire me at any time. And we saw today how many people lost their accounts on a BO. You, hey, I'm sure there's plenty of rooms out there would love to get your money so they can make up for all their losses. We don't trade like that in here, okay? We try to teach traders the minute it turns green, there's money on the table, take some off the top. We try to teach traders to manage their profits, manage the trade. But more importantly, before they get in the trade, it's all about how to trade it and why are we going long? Why did you call short? And I'm going to share with you just a couple great trades that we did. I'm going to start off with Tesla. Tesla was gapping up because Elon is going to buy about $10 million worth of stock. Okay. They're also announcing some other additional buyback to put money into the company. And that's good. That's good. The thing that you don't understand about Tesla, especially if you've never traded it before, um, Tesla it's an emotional roller coaster type trade. Whenever it's down, Elon will do something because you have an iconic CEO. Whenever it's down, he's going to do something to spark and ignite investors back into the stock or analysts. Okay. So this morning he accomplished that by going, hey, you're going to buy stock? I'll buy $10 million worth of stock too. Okay, that's going to get an excitement into the company, into the stock itself. It's going to have a nice run. But to me as a day trader, it's a short. To me, it's an overhyped, good, nice push, but it's a short. So I'm going to take the stock down to 235 or 240. So if you're an option player, you come in here and you look at my call and you say, okay, so you believe strongly Tesla's going to come down to 235 to 240. That's correct. So that's about 237,500, 237.50. That's correct if you take the middle. Okay. So I'm going to buy 235 puts or 237 puts, but I'm going to go off of your call. Where do I start shorting? 249 and room to add. Okay. So you believe no matter what, you're telling me to short the stock at 249, room to 252, and you promise me the stock will go to 237.50 at the minimum. At the minimum. Yes. Yes. Okay, AJ. My first day in the room, I'm going to watch you trade Tesla. I've never seen anyone make a call like that in my life, but I want to see. Okay? All right, let's go to work. Ready? Now we know that AJ is not long the stock. We all understand that. It's well defined. There is no long in here. There's not one word that says we're long the stock. Okay? We are short the stock. But AJ's the pro, AJ's the professor, so teach us. Okay. Now we go to the stock. Ding, 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 ding. You scaled in short Tesla, right? So let's do it. Tesla. There's there's the gap up from yesterday, as you can clearly see. Here's the gap up, right? There's the topping. AJ said short at 249 in pre-market. Room to add at the open. And AJ said the stock would come down to 237.50. He said between 235 and 240. Okay? Ding, 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 ding. The stock came down to 237.50. Boom. 71. Now, again, I don't need to impress you with an extra DVD, a special room donated just for Tesla, a special room to guide you through lines, VWAPs, EMAs, adjustments, whatever. No, no, don't need all that. You can apply that technical later. I'm telling you where it's going to go. I understand this stock very well. I never said it would fully gap fill, ever. I never said to long the stock. I simply said take it down between 235 and 240. That's it. Okay. Next stock, ABMD. This should have been our number one call today. This was phenomenal. This was just a bread and butter earnings play, awesome calls trading style. Now, this was gapping down 40 points this morning. Now, I've traded ABMD over the years. I've traded it live many, many times. I truly understand this stock like at the back of my hand. It's one of my favorite stocks to play, especially when it's gapping down 30 or 40 points. Today, when I read the earnings report at 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning, I understood that the stock was overly done. What I mean by overly done means it should be bought on weakness. This pull to 40 points down was just way too much. It was way too much. In the earnings report, the language that was written actually told you, it actually kind of basically came out, and this is what I did before I did the webinar today, as I actually showed traders step by step how to read the report. These are things I will do for you when you're in the room every day. And I basically wanted the traders to see why the stock was going to bounce back. Now, I didn't think it would fully gap fill, but once you get shorts covering, the squeeze is on. It's just like a small cap stock. Once you get all these chat rooms trying to cover at once, you get a massive squeeze, right? Well, it's the same thing with big stocks. AMD did the same thing. I traded this 4 times in the room, and never once did I short the stock. It was long, 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 long. I have no regrets how I traded it, other than I wish I could have stayed longer. But in the report, it showed you every step of the way why it had to be a long out of the gate. And so we started in around 228, 230, and we just wrote it up. And as you could see in my notes, I pounded the heck out of it. And in the room, I was screaming from the moment this market opened. I would buy 222. If it dipped, do not worry. The stock was going to 255. So just here and here, I was assuring you I was going to deliver a 30-point trade to you. I just wanted everyone to get a piece of it. 10 points, 20 points, 40 points. Shares. I didn't care how many. I don't even care if it was one share. I just wanted you to feel the stock. Now, when you play with 100, 150, and it pops. This stuff was popping 2, 3 points at a time. Spreads tighten up, you sold right into it. It was so much fun. I was screaming. It was one of the most, and I even made it very clear, be careful on your size. And the stock ended up going 60 points this morning. 60. That's what I said. 60. Now I want you to ask, did your chat room guide you into a 60-point trade today? All live. 60 points. What meant that if you missed 5 points, you missed 10 points, I was still going to give you points. You had plenty of time. All you had to do was throw in 100 shares. And each time I triggered, I pulled it, boom, I made money. I pulled it again, pew, I made money. I did it again, boom, I made money. I didn't lose. And boy, you should have heard the excitement. But the thing is I didn't do is I didn't play with size. And I don't regret it because it made it fun. So if it dropped 3 points, I didn't get shaken up for $280 or $300. I knew what it was going to do. I was so happy. One of the happiest days was today. Ricky Trader has been here 1 week. He made $3,218 on this stock just by this one alone. I think he took 250 shares, and he was done. It was literally Christmas in here, Mr. Purdue. Yes, it was. The next stock that we did was a stock called EB. Now, EB, again, is another earnings play. And what I try to teach the great traders in our room is to make them greater. And how do you do that? By educating them. Here you got a stock that's gapping down. A lot of range here, right? You're closing at 24 and you're opening up at 16. Something's going on. Well, the earnings report came out. And when I read it, I did my due diligence, trading 16 years, and I made the decision that, you know what? Something's not right here. This stock is not going to go further down. So I did not call a short on the stock. I called a long. And the reason is because when you read through the report, you will see that the stock was a buying opportunity on weakness. The report did not justify the haircut like this. So in my mind, this was a buying opportunity at 16, add on dips to 15, have an average of 15.60. The stock should shoot up to about 17.18 a share. Actually, I have 17 and 19. You have it right here, number EB. EB was our number 2 pick in the room. And again, the report told me that there was no reason for this to be. Okay? So, yeah, I'll let him know, Chris. So $16, right? And long at 16, and then it would go to 17 and 19. And if you add it on the dips, don't worry. I even said if it hits 14, don't worry. Just don't short the stock. Long the stock. Again, I'm giving you the reason why I want to long the stock. Okay? Another one we did today was number 4 was Wall. Wall was a beautiful trade today. Well executed. And what I did on this one was earnings were really bad. It was really, I mean, Wall couldn't have come back with just the most terrible guidance and everything. They really screwed up. But the problem is it's a beaten down stock. And you need to understand that. You can't just read the report and go, oh, this is going to get gutted. This is where my years of trading really come into play. This is actually shows the talent I have that I don't call for a massive dump. You know what I'm saying? Because I know shorts are going to cover this because they were already shorting into the earnings, and that's why the stock has come down over the last 10 days. So, and if you see how it charted out for the last 10, 20 days, you can see they were building short positions. And I'll show it to you on Wall. And this is something you need to spot out as a trader. If you're going to really excel to that professional level, I want you to see how they traded it. You see this? You see how they shorted this prior to earnings? You know how like sometimes we get a run up into earnings? Well, this was a sweet short sell into earnings. A lot of you in here today, right now, traders in the room, listen to me. Listen to me. You see this 31 here? You see how they're selling it off and shorting it? These are shorts building positions. You see it right here? Look at that, Christian. Those are shorts at 29 levels. They're just building positions. Everyone's anticipating a sell-off that they weren't going to do good. So all these shorts here have to cover. All right. So I anticipated they would cover at the open. What does that mean? That means you long the stock. Here's the opening bell. Ding, 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 ding. Now look at my notes. You want to see how it correlates to my notes now? Now you go to wall. All right, wall. Stop gapping down 3. Long the stock. It will go to 24 to 25. Once it hits there, it becomes an all-day fader. Do you see that? Now you call it magic. I call it fucking awesome. Nobody can do what we do. I don't give a fuck what room you're in. I really don't give a shit. Nobody could do what I just did on that one. Nobody. Nobody. All right? Didn't I just tell you to long the stock to 24.25? And I gave you every reason why, even though they missed big? Right? And now look, could you imagine being on a room and took 1,000 shares with 23,000 buying power? AJ said shorts were going to squeeze, and they certainly did, all the way to 24.83. I missed it by 17 cents. Can you believe that shit? I'm going to give you another one. W. Oh, I love W. Now, W, they had a nice run up into earnings. You see this? I mean, they ran it 25 points over 10, 15 days. So Wayfair, investors expected a big win. Guidance needed to be way up there. Any slight miss was going to cause a sell-off. But you have to know that as it's going up over the last 20 days, shorts are building positions too because they're thinking, what if they miss? They're banking they're going to miss. These big firms are thinking they're going to miss. So if they miss, what's going to happen out of the gate? That's right. Shorts are going to cover. Now, as a professional day trader who does this for a living, I understand that. I know. So I read the report. And the report told me it was basically a mixed earnings, which meant they missed here, but they did good over here. Well, mixed earnings, and you get a massive pull like that, you're going to get a decent short cover squeeze at the open. It's just going to be 1 or 2 parabolic moves right at the open. Everyone's going to come in at the same time and squeeze it. So, because it's Wayfair, I had to tell everyone, wait, just wait, and I'll deliver. Okay? What did you have to wait for? I needed the stock to show me it was ready to squeeze. So I called for, you have to go to 150. When it hits 150, you can long the stock. Okay? So you ready? And look at the list. Look at how I wrote it out. Wayfair. Earnings miss. I want to see us pull at the open to 145. If it pulls, great, long it. If it gets through 150, you're going to get 5 to 7 points. 5 to 7. Now think about that for a second. So you're telling me if I have a limit order at 150, I'm going to make 5 to 7 points on this trade? Fuck yeah, you are. Because you're in the greatest fucking chat room in the world. I did my homework. I traded this stock for 10 years. I know what the fuck I'm doing. This is going to give you 5 points if you buy at 150. You know what, AJ? If you do that, I'm a member for life. Because there's nobody in the fucking world that can do that. And I think you're full of shit. Really? Better eat your words. You ready? Here we go. Time to get paid. Boom. Ding, 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 ding. What did I say? If it pulls to 145, long it, right? It hit 146, right? Now, what was the magic number? 150. Bam, 150. Now let's go to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. Didn't I say 5 to 7? What's the middle of that? 6. 6 points in 6 minutes. Who the fuck can do that? I don't need to say anymore. I don't. I don't need a recap anymore. I just delivered you 100 points on screen. That's what we did today in the room. Welcome to earnings season in Awesome Calls. We are seriously the greatest chat room in the world. No one does what we do. No one. And for $6 and some change, you can be trading with us tomorrow morning. Okay? That's all I got to say. And you want to say something? Every day I give you this. I spend hours putting this together for you. All right? You want to know why we get, look at, every 20 minutes I have to check my Twitter feed. Why do we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews a day? Because we're the greatest chat room in the world. Everyone's happy to be here. We're family in here. Okay? We're family. This is what we do. Okay? And I want to give a shout out to, thank you, Chris. Ali, I hope that all of you retweet this and give him a shout out. He did his challenge, he pulled it off. He actually grossed $2,100 on $500. This is his fee, Ali Biggs, and he netted $1,300. What does that say? That says it's time for you to make a move. And he's gonna be working with you. You can help him. He's got his own link ready to go. Just click here. He even said in this what he did, he even said he'll give you $50 if you sign up to his link. Are you what? I mean, Ollie, I love you. Between him and Noel and Leanna, I mean, every day, Mike Purdue, Andor, I mean, the list is growing. The list is growing from talent all over this place. All right. But we're all here to help each other. Trading is an emotional roller coaster. We talk about that a lot, overcoming emotions. But as you go through the day, you know, and you just watch how people speak, how they talk to each other. I mean, we're really proud of our room. Humble Trading is an incredible trader. Christian is a great trader. Um, it just, you know what? I forgot to tell you. You want to know what the penny stock rooms were doing? Look at this. You want to see this? This room lost, and their members lost $80,000. And he says the moderator said, and the owner of the room, I'm going to take a break from small caps. So if you're not in our room, I guess this is what you get to look forward to. You know, gunslingers out there, and that's what they are. In here, we're not gunslingers; we're traders. And I was so proud of so many. Andor, Nicholas. There's Andor today trading on EB. I mean, in the morning it was just off the hook. I mean, Clay. I love Clay. Love Clay. He was awesome. You know. And the thing is when the moderator blows up his account, or at least 90% of his account is gone, what does that mean for the trader taking the call? He has nothing left. Okay, I don't do that in here. Base hits. Look at Leanna. Even she chased ABMD at 246.74. She still in 13 seconds made a couple $100. Yeah, we traded low hotel last week, and St. Louis made $400 being in the hotel. I mean, look at Ferris. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on of the accomplishments this room does. Um, but that's what we do. I mean, look at Humble, $1,000 today. I mean, this is what we do. And he took EB and ABMD. Um, Ken Hudson, Palmer wasn't in today. I mean, the bottom line is, I'm going to do this again tomorrow for all of you. And I surround myself with great people. I am, you know that saying, you're only as good as the people around you. And I have some of the greatest people around me for many years. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Steve B, as well. But for the mods, I want to thank Jenny, Raphael, Dave, Fire, B Traits, Darkside, and Palmer. And for the assholes that left our room, that run rooms from here, they're here every day. I mean, it's pretty evident. Look at their storyboard on their charts and their stuff. It's the same stuff we're playing. They just change it around, make it, I change it by $1 or 40 cents so they can look good. That's okay. It is what it is. But we are the best. All right. And you're going to get the very best every day in this room from me and from everyone. All right. So I'm happy you joined us today. I look forward for you joining us tomorrow. All you got to do is click here and boom, you're in. 25 for a day, $100 for a week. And if you sign up for a month, we give you all that money back for free. So, all right. Thank you so much for being a part of our room today. And I look forward to trading with you tomorrow.